everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. I post every day of the week for all. Now, this is my third attempt to make this video. The other one, it was taking forever to upload, and then this one, I accidentally shut the video off, and I stopped in the middle of where I was when I meant to press pause. So today in this video, I'm going to be talking about my top 10 substitute yarns, and I'm talking really fast because I want to make this video short so it doesn't take forever to upload. And I'm going to get started. And I'm talking about my top 10 substitute yarns. So what these are yarn for just in case you can't find a certain yarn in your area, or if you need this certain brand for your project. I found some great substitutes that might hopefully help you guys just in case you cannot find the right yarn you need. So brand of yarn you need. So I'm going to get started, and if I missed any brands that I didn't suggest, please let me know down in the comments below. I probably can't get them in my country, but if they're in your country, what are they? I would love to know because I'm pretty curious. So I'm going to get started. So number one on my list would be Red Heart Super Saver, and its substitute is I Love This Yarn. So this is Red Heart Super Saver. Now I'm going to show you guys what I Love This Yarn it looks like. As you can see, they're both pretty exactly the same. They call for the same needle size, and it's the same weight, and they pretty much feel almost identical, but except I feel like the I Love This Yarn is a bit softer than the Red Heart Super Saver. But it still comes out the same pretty much when you're making hats, like the same exact shape and everything, the same exact size. It just works as great. It works really just as great as the original Red Heart Super Saver, and it is a great yarn for just in case you need a substitute for the Red Heart Super Saver. And I Love This Yarn comes in handy for a bunch of things, for a bunch of the Red Heart Super Savers. Like I've used it a few times for like a few scarves, and also I've used it for a few scarves and hats, and it works just as great. Number two on my list would have to be Karen Simply Soft, and the substitute is Yarn Bee Soft Secret. So here's the Karen Simply Soft. And now I'm going to show you guys the Yarn Bee Soft Secret. So as you can see, it's exactly the same weight. They call for the same needle size, and it works just as great. I've used the Yarn Bee Soft Secret to make a couple projects that Karen Simply Soft is called for on them. But sometimes I'm not at Joann's, so in case I need to get a substitute for it, I just grab the Yarn Bee Soft Secret, and it works just as great. Everything comes out pretty much the same size as the Karen Simply Soft when it's used to make certain projects. Like for instance, I use the Yarn Bee Soft Secret to make a ski bonnet on it, which called for Karen Simply Soft, but because I was in Hobby Lobby, they didn't have any Karen Simply Soft, so I used the Yarn Bee Soft Secret, and it came out just as good. Number three on my list would have to be Bernat Softy Baby / Baby Bee Sweet Delight. So right here, I do have a Bernat Softy Baby without a label, and I have used this a few times to make a couple baby things like a bonnet and stuff. But sometimes if I do need the baby weight yarn and I can't go online to get it and I don't have time, I just use the Baby Bee Sweet Delight. So right here I do have a skein of Baby Bee Sweet Delight. The difference is it's not the same as shiny as the Bernat Softy Baby, but it still comes out pretty much the same, and it's great for using for baby products and stuff because they're both just as soft and they're both just as comfortable and everything, and they're really great yarns to use. I use this all the time to make bonnets, and I use this to make bonnets, and even though it doesn't come out as shiny, it still comes out pretty much the same size for the bonnet and everything. Even though this is not as shiny as this stuff, they're still both really soft, and they both come out the same. Number four on my list would have to be Vanna's Choice / Lion Brand Color Made Easy. So this is Vanna's Choice. I don't really use it very much because I hardly ever shop for it, and I hardly ever can find it in stores because, or maybe I just don't look for it or something. And I never just use it anymore. I just don't know why, but I think they still sell it. If they do still sell Vanna's Choice, please let me know, because I hardly ever buy it anymore in stores, and I wasn't sure if they still sold it. So in case you guys can't get a hold of it, another good substitute is the Lion Brand Color Made Easy. I bought this online when all the craft stores were closed during the COVID-19, and it really works just as great. It pretty much comes out everything. I bet everything comes out the same and stuff when you use it for like hats and everything. And I use this to make a Edelweiss beanie, but in case anybody can't find like the Color Made Easy, you can also just use Vanna's Choice. You can get it online and stuff, and I think they still sell it in stores. I don't know, because I never buy the Vanna's Choice anymore. I know a lot of people love using Vanna's Choice, but just in case they can't get a hold of it, Color Made Easy works just as well. Number 5 on my list had to be Lion Brand Fun Fur / Yarn Bee Snuggle Up yarn. So here is Lion Brand Fun Fur. This stuff is pretty hard to work with, so if you're a beginner, just avoid this stuff. But it does make really pretty scarves and stuff. So if I don't know about hats, because I've never used it for hats, but I've used this many times to make cute little scarves, and they come out really great. And in case you can't get a hold of it, the Yarn Bee Snuggle Up yarn works just as great. So here's the Yarn Bee Snuggle Up yarn. It's pretty similar, except it's more furrier than the Lion Brand Fun Fur, but it works just as well as the Lion Brand Fun Fur does, because it comes out, even though it comes out almost similar, except this is more furrier than the original Lion Brand Fun Fur, but it just looks just as great as the Lion Brand Fun Fur does. And I've used this to make like gloves for my mom and stuff, and it looks really great. Great for making gloves. Number 6 on my list had to be Lion Brand Hometown USA, and the substitute is Yarn Bee True Colors. So here's some Lion Brand Hometown USA. Now I'm going to show you guys the Lion Brand, the Yarn Bee True Colors. So it's pretty much the same. It's just as like shiny, and it's just the same exact weight, and it calls for the same exact needle size that the Lion Brand Hometown USA does, and it works just as great for hats. I've actually used this to make a fisherman's rib hat, and it looks just as great. Great, and I'll show you that one really quickly. So this is my fisherman's rib hat. It comes out pretty, and this was used with the Yarn Bee True Colors yarn, and it comes out just the same as the Lion Brand and Hometown USA does. And I know a lot of people love that stuff, and it works really, really well. Number 7 on my list had to be Patent Sock Yarn / yarn, and the substitute is Yarn Bee Hint of Glam. Here is the Patent Sock yarn, and this is the Yarn Bee Hint of Glam. The only difference is the Yarn Bee Hint of Glam has sparkles in it, but it just comes out kind of pretty much identical because they're both the same weight of yarn, and it works just as well, and it helps like make really cute socks and stuff. And I've used this to make socks, and it comes out pretty much the same size and everything. Number 8 on my list had to be Lion Brand Woolly Thick and Quick / and the substitute is Loops and Threads Cozy Wool. So here is the Lion Brand Woolly Thick and Quick, and here is Loops and Threads Cozy Wool. So the difference is, I think the Loops and Threads, so they pretty much look like exactly similar because they both have like the same yarn and they're the same exact weight, and I'm pretty sure they both call for the same needle size. Yeah, they both call for the same needle size. I looked it up and everything, and this would come in handy for just in case you can't find the Lion Brand Woolly Thick and Quick, or if it's too or in case you can't find a color you want. This would also come in handy. And I haven't tried it yet, but I think I will try it out. Number 9 on my list would have to be Sugar and Cream Cotton yarn, and the substitute is I Love This Yarn Cotton. So here's the Sugar and Cream Cotton yarn, and this is the version in the cone. And here is I Love This Yarn Cotton. So it looks pretty similar. And I think these both would make really cute beach bags. The only downfall is you may have to get more skeins of the I Love This Yarn Cotton, as it might be a bit smaller than the cone size of the Sugar and Cream Cotton yarn. They also sell it individually in packs, but I bet you it works just as well. I haven't used this yet, but I think I will try it out sometime. Number 10 on my list would have to be Yarn Bee Fetching Yarn, and the substitute is Yarn Bee Hint of Glam. So here's the Yarn Bee Fetching Yarn. I hear it's pretty, I heard it's really pretty, but it's sad because you can't get it because it's discontinued. So I did end up finding the substitute, which happens to be the Yarn Bee Hint of Glam. This comes out pretty much just as sparkly as the Yarn Bee Fetching Yarn, and it's super pretty. It makes really pretty ends of hats and everything, and it comes out really, really nice, and it does work good for socks. The only downfall, it does make the socks a bit bigger due to the pattern, but it still works just as well as sock yarn or the glitter yarn you need to get for your projects, and it's very soft too. So those are my top 10 yarn substitutes. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I apologize this video is so long, but thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day of the week for all, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!